Well, hello. Right, okay, what do I want to do? Look over the old superstars. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing now for today. Just looking over the roster and seeing who there is and who needs to be gotten rid of. Because I know of one at least that is not going to feature. Where did he go? Did I already delete him? This was the purpose of the whole video. And I got rid of him already. Right, okay. So a lot of people are claiming that they reckon Big Ben is portraying himself under a mask and calling himself Big Penny. But Big Penny is definitely Italian, so I don't know where they're getting that from. And look, there's Big Penny. There's Big Ben. He looks nothing like him. So, to all you naysayers, yeah, so I don't know, I kind of like the roster. I think there's a few that I will hopefully be re-signing for next season. 2K25 is obviously coming out just a few weeks, like 5 or 6 weeks. So I've pay-per-view on Saturday. Friday the Offer 3 is going to be coming out, and then there's going to be 4 more weeks of Tombstone TV, and then on the 14th of March, 14th, 15th, something like that, we're going to have the 2K25 come out. So prior to that, I'm going to do my season finale. I'm hoping that March of Champions 2 will be the season finale, and then I'll get the early access and I can be working on the following week's Tombstone TV. I might have to do an episode of Tombstone TV on 2K24 and give myself like a week and a half kind of grace period, but I'm ideally I'd go straight to 2K25. I'll make just enough characters to put on a few weeks TV and be making new characters along the way. So I'd say I'll bring back the Debutante Brawl, where I had if anybody saw Debutante Brawl last year, I introduced new characters at that, and I like the idea of using that as an opportunity to debut new stars. It's funny though, because I just brought back the likes of Sweet Kenny Campbell and Nick Sparks as well, of course. Max Waits just debuted. There's Nick now. We'll see who comes back next year. This guy Taylor Swift, big metalhead. Unlucky for him really that would be his name. It's a bit disappointing, I'd say, for him. Speculation that he might team with Xander Vachon. Might be a tag team there, metalheads. I've already, in the interest of being honest, I've already filmed and edited Fight of the Opera 3, so I know a bit more than the rest of you do. So I have to try to not spoil all that too. Not that anybody's here, so yeah. So I would like to. Yeah, I'll have to go. I'll do a tour of Fight at the Opera. Just ahead of the weekend. My God. Look at this. It's all going to be sold out. Fight at the Opera 3. I should really put a... I might be able to do something with that. Do little stills or something. Championship Wrestling Series. The Fight at the Opera 3. Yeah, I really like this ring. Red steps and the red poles, and look, the CWS Center logo. No desks, because I don't like putting the lads Sean Shaughnessy and Carl Briscoe-Regan on TV unless I have to. You see, the chairs actually have the Fight at the Opera logo. All these fans definitely get to go home with their own chair, you see, and it has the logo on the back. Let's do a quick interview. You there? Hi, how's it going? What's your name? Mary. Okay, hi Mary. Mary, who's your favourite wrestler in CWS, Mary? Who is it, Mary? Mary. Oh, jazz dancer. Oh, that's a good one. You kind of look like Mary, actually. What's your name? Your name's also Mary. Mary Green. And you happen to be wearing the same shirt as her. And that guy. Amazing. This fella, they're all chanting and stuff. That's mad. And Mary, who's your favourite wrestler? Private dancer. Oh, you should fight the other Mary. Right, who's up here? No. No. Right, bud. Oh, look at you and your beard. Look at you. You look like that Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon. I can never tell them apart. You're a man with the talk show. How are you, kid? Any other celebrities in the audience? That was Jimmy Kimmel. No, really. A bunch of extras, if I've ever seen them. It's like crackhead Natalie Portman. Yeah, no, I nobody else really famous in the arena tonight. Oh, wait a minute. There in the crowd. I see him. Steve. Hi, Steve. Steve sent hello back. That was nice of you, Steve. Who's your favourite wrestler? Who do you think is going to be light heavyweight champion at the end of the Fight of the Opera? Steve, you watch every week by beautiful Bruno Bravo. He's taking on Prince Toro. He beat him at Stadium Royale after Toro picked it up at Violent Night 2. You think Prince Toro's going to get it? Two-time champ. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it first. You heard it from Steve. And what about this fella here? All right, kid, what's the story? You having a good time? Who's your favorite? You like the Platinum Kid? Well, that was kind of terrifying. I mean, his face. You like the Platinum Kid? Yeah. Did you watch? Did you see the episode? No. No, you should go home and watch that now later. It's on YouTube. Be grand. No. And you, sir, what are you looking forward to most ahead of Fight at the Opera 3? You want to watch the women's match? Sir, that was foul. I'm going to have security escort him out of the premises. So, anyway, every Tuesday night we do Tombstone TV. I mean, there's an ad there. Why wouldn't you watch it? And we're coming up to March of Champions 2, where all the titles will be on the line. I know that's kind of a cop-out, though, because I kind of put all the titles on the line every show. All the pay-per-view ones, anyway. Pay-per-views that you don't have to pay for. Free per-view sounds stupid. Premium live event, they're not live. Like, I tape them. So, live-to-tape events. I don't know. And, we're CWS. The C stands for Championship. The W's are Wrestling Series. I like the old wrestling. It's good crack. I hope that I can figure out a way to get posters along here. I'd love to put old event logos and stuff along here, and maybe sponsors from like a friend of mine, like put their channels on or something. That would be pretty cool. I like the rampway. Let's do a little as if we're on the show, right? And we're backstage, right? We're backstage, and then what? I've never done. Oh, this is cool. We're literally going behind the curtain. I don't want to peel the curtain back, lads, but this is how a wrestling show is built. What? I'm out in the car park ways. What? Have I just lost the world? Okay, so I'm getting ready for my match. Gonna wrestle. Going out first. I'm gonna take on the champion, and then it's like no, and then my music plays, and my music goes something like this. It goes like, BBA, you're really great, BBA, and I come out and I go, wow. And I look up, and then I do something with my hands. I'm like, yeah, or something. And everyone's like, oh, he's really cool. And then I go, yeah, I'm really cool. This is me. I'm a wrestler. And then I look around, and I look over at the ceiling, and I look over here, and I'm going to wave at him up there, and I'm going to go, wow. and he's gonna go, and then I do one of them points, and I'm gonna do one of those points, and people are gonna think I'm pointing at them, but really I could be pointing at like 50, 60 different people, but they're all getting a really magical moment with me on the rampway when I'm going pew, and then I'm gonna go down here, and my song is still playing, and it's going, BBA, you're really great, BBA, you're really great. You can hear it, right? It's really class. And then I come down here, and I'm going to look at this guy, and he's not looking at me, and I'm like, well, boo you too, sir. And obviously they're not looking at me now because reasons, you know. But then I'm going to come along here, and I'm going to go up the stairs, and I'm going to go, whew, and I'm going to say, pick me up on the good side, lads, and get all these adverts. And because I'm a company man, you know, I'm going to say, get all the ads in. And I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go between the second and I stepped through him in the ring. And then I'm going to go up onto the turnbuckle and look at me. And I'm going to go, yeah, I'm really cool. Look at me. Yeah. And they're all going to love me. And then I'm going to come down, right? And then I'm going to walk. I'm going to do the classic Dwayne The Rock Johnson thing. And I'm going to go up here then, and I'm going to go, wow. With my arm in the air or whatever. And then we're going to come down here. Whoa, I went up, not down. And to this side, and we can give one of those Jey Uso yeets. But I can't actually do that. You know what I mean? I'm just a man. I've only the 2 arms. And then I'm going to go over this side. And I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to go, yeah. And they're all going to go, you're the best. And I'm going to go, yeah, I'm the best. And I'm going to talk to her there. And I'm going to look at you, crackhead Natalie Portman. What's going on? Oh. Hi, girl. And then I'm going to turn around, and then I'm going to wait, and I'm going to eagerly anticipate my opponent. And then his music's going to play, and it's going to be something like, I'm a bad guy, and I'm going to lose tonight. Gonna lie down for the 3 count and give you my championship. You're going to beat me. And I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm going to beat him. And then I'm going to fight him. And then I'm going to run off the ropes, boing, boing, boing. And then I'm going to go, leg drop. And I go, 1, 2. This is my life. And anyway, that's Fight After 3. I hope you can watch it on Saturday. That'll be pretty cool. So yeah, we're going to go. Except that now we're just going to leave, because I'm afraid I'm going to do something I shouldn't. Yes, didn't make any changes, so there's that. Now, what we could do is we could revisit a few sets and see what they looked like. Oh, the worst set of the season. Man. A summer series. What? No. Oh yeah. What? Here we go. Like, the logo's grand, do you know what I mean? But I definitely settled for that. Like, unless like Diablo was against Miedo or something. But I really missed it. Like, the fact that Rocky Beach wasn't really featured heavily on the show was a mistake. That logo's horrendous. I think I tried to make water, but like, why wasn't it sand? That would have made way more sense. And then like, the blue on the white looks weird. And that logo looked pretty good. I don't know how I bent that round there and I couldn't do it elsewhere. But these are all... Oh, it was so weird. Like, the logo looked pretty good up here, actually, if I'm honest. Ringside area was grand apart from the blue. Like, the blue was just bad. The rope colouring was kind of cool. And the turnbuckle pads were kind of cool. But yeah, this was definitely my least favourite. I think I had some stuff going on and I just didn't have time. And I ended up reusing the same logos everywhere, and it was just kind of trash. Look at all this. I never actually had anyone, like, nobody's opted to explore this, because I do shoot matches. If anybody does end up watching this, I don't play the matches myself. I've made all the characters in the arenas and stuff, and I just let them fight each other, and I keep track of the wins and losses and stuff. Okay, I'm going to do that, what's his name, Jey Uso? Okay, we're going to do a Jey Uso entrance here, but from his perspective. And the song comes on, and I can't, I'm afraid of singing it now, because I'll do such a good job that I might get decommissioned from the YouTube algorithm. So I'll just do a quick, it's me, use day one stuff. And then I'm going to come out here, and all these guys are going to be like, yeah, and I'm going to be like, yeah, and they're going to be like, yeah, and I'll be like, yeah, and then we're going to go like yeeting. And you can see everyone in attendance is yeeting, and then I'm going to pick this guy. I'm going, hey, you young fella, and then we're going to yeet together. God, he must be bait, lads. Just think about that. Oh no, I'd be dizzy and then he comes down here, and we're going to go this way. We're going to come out in the main ramp, and we're going to slap hands with the fans and stuff. And then it's just him, Oos. Day one stuff. And then he's going to come in, and he's going to come up here, and he's going to... yeah, he'd be wrecked. No wonder he's always bait for breath there before he even starts the match. Stay out of this, like. His head would be rattled. Your man's got a concussion. No wonder all he does... People say all he does is, like, hits super kicks and stuff, but his head's bait, like. He doesn't want to be lifting anyone when he's this dizzy. Imagine picking a fella up for a stalling suplex there and bait from... Nah. Anyway, so yeah, this is the worst venue. I actually feel bad for everyone who had to compete here. I liked Capital Carnage. The first one when we went to Washington, we definitely went to Washington. This was a lot of fun. It's where Paddy Fields debuted, and it was cool. Like, we got we rented the definitely legitimate Statue of Liberty. I know a guy, and the lights were all red, white, and blue. Putting the logo on the ground like that was pretty cool. I like how it mirrors, like, the word Carnage is kind of there, but it's not. The capital, because it's the capital. Get it? And we had to put a sports car, because here, this angle was pretty cool. Why didn't I? Should have been doing stuff with these angles, man. It's funny how I'm only like learning so still. But yeah, the side of the ring looked good. That was pretty cool. There was 2 L's in the bottom wrestling, which I didn't click at the time, but look, we live and we learn. Capital Carnage 2, the teaser for the Irish show. We were going to go to Dublin next month. And yeah, I thought this was a lot of fun, actually. Really liked the ring, the way the mat came out and the red, white, and blue ropes. That's class, like. If you were at a show and you were sat here, that would look sick. If you were front row, like, what's that green shirt guy? That would be mad, like. And if you're on the rampway and you could just be like, hi, time my stuff there, voila. Thank you. Anyway, that was fun. Where else did we go? Oh, there was events and stuff that we didn't do, that I built but we didn't do. We did do Celtic Chaos. One of the early ones, so I hadn't really quite got to grips with logos and... I will get it. From a distance, the logo was alright, but getting up close to it, you can see it's a bit of a botched effort there. And it said something along that white, and I didn't like it, so it took me a while to figure out how to remove that. But these, like, kind of castle-y things were fun. Very dark, though. It's a bit just like the Tombstone TV show, so it didn't stand out too much. And I should have done something different with the side of the ring and the ring mat. The WrestleFest logos are different black to the rest of them. The 2 tables was pretty sick, but I just think that logo looks busy. Like, it's kind of okay up there, but on the side of the ring and stuff, it just looks busy, like too busy. But the green, white, and gold ropes became a trope. That was pretty good. But again, like, if you were at an event and you were sat here, you'd get the idea. Like, pretty good. The debutante brawl. I think this was just an episode of Tombstone TV, but yeah, what was I thinking with the green entranceway? Oh man, I don't even want to do. But at least I figured out. I've got my desk up here next to the little mausoleum thing. Our floaty tombstone yokes. We got your... That doesn't look horrendous, like. Well, that's dark. Never read that before. Who's on this? Shh. Sorry. Shh. And CWS logo. Why is this glow? Like, that shouldn't be lit up. What a mistake. This should have been a really bright and colourful show, but it wasn't. It will be next year. I hope make a pretty decent debutante brawl. Just think if ABBA were pro wrestlers, like, that's what I should have gone for. ABBA should have been the theme. WrestleFest. This is fun. I'm going back and I'm re-editing some of the older shows. I want to re-air everything on Thursdays and then Saturdays. I still have new episodes coming out every Tuesday. But I want to just bump the amount coming out, and the individual matches just wasn't working. So putting them in full shows might do the wonders. It might just do justice here. But if you're in a stadium, like, this is pretty cool. Very simple. The side of the ring stretched, but it's alright. That area there, that's okay. It's a bit busy again. But the ring itself looked pretty decent with the black, white and gold everywhere. And the desk looked good. Did I think? I did the chairs, but they're a bit generic. It was alright, like, but again, that was very early into 2K24. And I kind of rushed a bit of that. Let's look at this. This is an event that I hope to run, but we never did it. It would be kind of fun. I didn't do it because I wasn't happy with the way I laid out the screens. But Mayhem in Madrid. Oh, the red and gold looks pretty sick. But I was thinking of placing it before Survivor Slam 2. But yeah, I wasn't happy in the end. What's the branding on the water bottle? Ooh, fresh. Here, the amount of detail they put into this, that's mad. All natural taste. What were you expecting to find in your bottle of water? Yeah, look, it was fun. It might be a teaser of something to come in the future. I'm thinking maybe Capital Carnage 4, might be Mayhem in Madrid. But we can have a little look at that in 2K25. Cap Carnage 2. I think this is basically a copy of like WrestleFest nearly, but the logo's a bit busier, but it looks better. I think stood out like that. Probably should have had more matches around Irish talent, but look, it was what it was. At this point now, I've kind of figured out I just want the 3 pictures. So the battle in Brasilia was like the subtitle to Capital Carnage 3 when we're going to go to Brazil. And we had this Celtic dude, which is pretty boss. This was in Dublin, definitely taped in Dublin. You know that big venue that we do? In Dublin, that's where it was. This one might have suffered because it came straight after the Dublin show, because it's like a very similar colour scheme. But I think if I hadn't done the Dublin show right behind this would have looked pretty sick. Like the green and the yellow lights look pretty fun. And the green stage, it's obviously the Brazilian flag with the battle in Brazil across the screens, and they kind of flicker. A lot of fun could have been had, but like again, the guys didn't kind of brawl around the arena like they could have. This logo looks pretty stretched. Should have done more with that. But yeah, it was fun. So you might notice that I have a Tombstone TV which gets copied every month and then gets edited, the colour scheme for the next pay-per-view event. That's how I kind of run that. This one was fun. I put the CWS logo in the stadium everywhere. Just sick. And used this Survivor Slam 2 logo I made. And it's got 2 eyes, so you know it's the second one. I put a smaller version of it there, which is pretty cool. And then I used the logo that I should have used last year, but for Survivor Slam I just put that there. I'm not sure why that screen is kind of cut out that way, but look, it worked. It did the job. This was fun. It was a bit more simple. The pink led to the purple for Masquerade Brawl, which is like the October event. So I guess this might have been September. But yeah, it'll be fun. Like if if I continue this next year, like I hope to, Survivor Slam 3 with an annual, like a traditional Survivor Slam match. Put the prizes on the line, because that worked out really well this year, having the 3-on-3, and then the two splinter off and do a tag team, and one of them gets a kind of a mid-card championship as well. That worked really well. Los Bestias Locas ended up winning all the titles on the same night. Did the women's championship, and then the Los Bestias Locas picked up the tags, and Toro picked up the light heavyweight as well. So that was really sick. I like this one. This is really cool. The pink and the white and the black. Thank you, Hart family, for all your inspiration. Masquerade Brawl was probably suffered a little because of how good Survivor Slam 2 looked. Just doing the generic screen like I did, like I relied too heavily on this. There was WrestleFest, Calf Carnage 2, and Masquerade Brawl all used the same screen and the same lights down the side. I think this is like pretty much a carbon copy of WrestleFest, just with a different colour scheme, and the logos might have looked better. But yeah, and like the advert leading to Eliminator 2 was pretty good. And then by the time I did Eliminator 2, I changed the colour scheme on it completely and didn't even really use that ad. But we decided we were going to go to, put the ad up here with gaps in between it so it didn't look too busy. We decided we'd go to Newcastle upon Tyne, England, thinking that the Cultaholic lads might do something, or What Culture or whatever, Anton Deck might watch. I don't know. Gotta chance these things. But yeah, we had the Eliminator, which is pretty cool. Like, I like the concept of the Eliminator, an 8-man matchup like that. It's pretty sick. That logo, again, looking busy on the side of the ring, like just stretched and busy, but look, it advertised for Violent Night 2, the most violent night of the year. And that logo is kind of fun. And like, anytime I see those photos, I'll remember the time that we all definitely went to Newcastle together and had a great time. Christmas Evil, Violent Night. This, I have mixed feelings on. I love the colour scheme, kept it simple of whites and silver. I loved a lot of the logos are in rings anyway, so putting it in a wreath was genius. And having the tree surrounded by barbed wire and kind of weapons underneath the tree, I thought was fun. Obviously the snowman and the Christmas tree and stuff, that was crack. And this would actually be kind of fun, like if you were working here and you came out to this, all these people screaming your name, that would be sick. Again, Tombstone TV, advertisement for Stadium Royale 2 2025. And the CWS desk. At this point I remembered that I could apply textures to the ring mats and stuff, so things kind of got a bit fun there again from a creative standpoint. But I thought this was a fun looking stage, but again relying on the same lights too heavily all the time. I just downloaded that and never used it. Stadium Royale 2. This should look familiar to anybody who's might be new here. They might have just watched either the Stadium Royale pay-per-view. It's my most watched video by a long margin. It's got not the most views, but the most hours watched by a significant margin. And then I noticed that people hadn't actually watched the Stadium Royale match. They watched a lot of the show without the match. So I did a little intro video myself and threw the Stadium Royale match at the end of it, and that did gangbusters for me. That did really, really well. Huge amount of support for that video there recently. But yeah, I thought doing the two posters on the screen so that I didn't stretch it out like the Masquerade Brawl one, the WrestleFest one, I think this actually was a good ploy, having two logos up there. Neither one looked too stretched and bad. The lights look somehow better than the WrestleFest one did, even though it's the same colour scheme really. But that logo being, instead of being stretched around, having it patterned around was kind of fun. And again, I got lucky with the colours, looked really good there. And the Tombstone TV, the Fight at the Opera and the March of Champions, those black backgrounds all go really well together. And there's a good, it kind of shows there will be a bit of variety in the shows as well, you know, like you expect Fight at the Opera to use the colours that are on the Fight at the Opera poster. You're expecting March of Champions to pop off a colour like that as well. Did I see Lucy Lou in the crowd? Hey, how are you? Yeah, thanks for being here. See, I thought that was fun. And if you were in the crowd and you're looking up and that would be sick, man. And, yeah, screw it. Let's look at the, I guess next Tuesday is TV. Next Tuesday is Tombstone TV. We've got March of Champions 2. That looks pretty good up there. The ring ropes are really neon. Like, Masquerade were all neon, like. But they also match these kind of colours here, you know. So that's a bit of fun. So we'll be looking at Tombstone TV for 4 weeks, looking like that. Strange, alright to have the neon colours when it's a dark show, Tombstone TV, like Tombstone in the goddamn name, but I've got to thank Carl Briscoe Regan for that inspiration. And looking at March Champions, I don't even remember building this. Again, that's a bit busy. But grand. Oh, and it's outside. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this being the last. I might have to do a job on that. I can't say I'm completely sold. Yeah, I can't say I'm completely sold on that now, but you get the idea. And of course, look, there's a blank patch there because I don't know what the first event of next game is going to be. But look, there's something to this. I don't know, is this what it will be? But that's what it is currently. Yeah, just thinking, can I look at this now without like spoiling who is what? Because I'm ahead. Who do I want to look at? Who do I really enjoy? I mean, let's look at this man. If you don't get his name, by the way, the Technique. He is the Technique, right? But is also the technical wrestler. The technical. Oh. This is a weird angle to be staring up a man, but I can't get back out. I don't know how to do that. Oh dear. What? Oh. What? I don't understand why, but okay. There's yeah, so the Technique, Al wrestler, and his brother Matt wrestler, because they wrestle on the mat. It's incredible. Aerial wrestler, she jumps off stuff, she goes through the sky. Aerial wrestler, it's genius, lads. Electro just seemed like a name for a quick luchador dude. Abe Jefferson. He's an American patriot true and true. Let's look at beautiful Bruno Bravo. He keeps his midriff exposed to highlight the absence of gold. At least he did until Stadium Royale. And he's got the glitter in the beard. I can't believe how far his model has come from the first one I had. Oh my god, it was absolutely dog muck it was. This feels like he could be real. He could exist, you know. Bellatrix, Beltolls. Beltolls is pretty fun. Like, yeah, Grand Crack, for whom the bell tolls and all that. Whoa, why did we jump so far? I like Big Ben. Like, come on, what a great name for a pro. Like, why doesn't this happen? The Tower of London, and he's really tall. I can make so much. It's just Big Ben. Like, the UK indie scene is missing out on my brain. I'm telling you. So is the Irish one, but what else? Someone will reach out. Big Penne, right? Let's just do this, okay? Clearly a different guy. Like, he's the Tower of Pizza, Big Penne, and he doesn't have Big Ben's knee pads at all. He's got some that say the definitely Italian Big Penne. Why would an Englishman wear them? Come on now, lads, get a grip. Get a hold of yourself. Get a hold of yourself, boys. Alright, so that's Big Penne. Blacklight. Cool. Carl Briscoe Regan once asked me, is Blacklight blind? And I was like, lad, he sees gold in his future. How can he be blind? Bobby Locke. Now, this name is really clever, because the tag team, Lock and Load, sounds like the best buddy cop movie of all time. But also, he's a beat cop, and his name is Bobby. I grew up watching The Bill, lads. He's a Bobby, like. And Bobby on the Beat. And then they come out to a hip-hop song. Incredible. Bruce Manor. If you don't get these names, lads, I don't know what to tell you. But Bruce Manor, he's a vigilante crime fighter. When Lock and Load can't get the job done, these guys step in. There's a love-hate kind of thing going on between them. But Bruce Manor, his brother Wayne Manor, Bruce and Wayne, I'm incredible. Cara de Miedo, Cara del Diablo. They could just be, they're cool, like, they're badass. Carlos Reyes, legitimate, like, he's been done dirty by, he was in, like, the first main event on Tombstone TV, and he just lost interest in, like, his own career for a while, and it wasn't until teaming with the Platinum Kid again that he, like, the kid was a rookie and he joined up with him, and next thing he just kind of lit the passion for him again. But the kid keeps taking on these battles and Carlos keeps getting dragged into him. But now Carlos is married to Platinum Kid's mom, so like their team, and then they became team. Like, look, I just don't know where their relationship's going. Okay, Cara del Diablo, obviously former heavyweight champion of the world. He's another guy who got done dirty. I think we went from the first season, Major Attraction held the title for so long, and then season 2 it kind of went the other way. A lot of people held the title, but for not very long. But I suppose that led to like some people becoming like multi-time champs and stuff. You know, it opens those possibilities. You can't get that if one guy holds it forever. So that's fun. Chase Money again, great name. I credit myself, pat myself on the back, because he likes to chase money, like, and he's one of the money lovers. And the only thing that they love more than money is each other. They're money lovers. And yes, I write the lyrics to these songs. Killian Curse, incredible. Gotta credit my wife with that one. Killing Curse. We're Harry Potter fans, and the idea of a killing curse, Killian Curse. So he has a running knee, and we named it the Avada Kedavra. He's locks in a submission hold, and it's the Cruciatus. Like, that's sick. Like, Daryl Walker, obviously big fan of the Walking Dead show and the books. So Daryl and Merle, Doctor Dermot Allergy. He learned to heal, so he knows how to hurt you. Vicious, massive light heavyweight record, and was moved into the heavyweight division and hasn't really been thriving since. So I don't know, might be time for the Doc to drop down again. Dragon Noir, what can I say about Dragon Noir? I think he's had the most matches. I think he's had the most wins. He's a beast. Big fan of Dragon Noir's work. And he's French. I don't have loads of French fellas. Dudley, bye. His brother Hardy, bye. Dudley, 3 different championships. Light Heavyweight Championship, Tag Champs, and Internet's Championship. Is what a record to have, like. Eli Valentine went from having... He went and had the most matches until Dragon. I'm not sure where they land with that. I'd have to check the records right now. But Eli became the light champion. He won a contenders matchup. Eventually he was beating the champion, but not for the title. And then he defeated Hero. Yeah, he defeated Hero as well on Tombstone TV. He's absolutely building himself. And I'm glad I took that opportunity, because after everything that happened with Moonbeam Jr. getting his opportunity, I realised like I could give more opportunities to talents that weren't at the top of the card previously. And I'm glad I did, because it shook things up there for a minute. But I think after Stadium Royale, things are going to, and heading into 2K25, things will kind of come back to Lyric. More of a layered, or maybe a tiered card, where I'll have more main event guys, and I think I have a clearer picture now of what the division looks like and who's going off against who and stuff. I think a lot happened in the Stadium Royale where kind of pushed a few stories ahead. Fabian, big fan of Fabian. Just a cool name. Cool look. The colour scheme really, really works on him. And him and his buddy Jacques. Jacques' brother hasn't made an appearance yet, but maybe he will down the line. Faith and Grace, the Lord's Angels, incredible. Gale Force, come on, amazing. She's a superhero, like, what more can I say? Garen Noon, he's delicious. There's Grace now. And then Hanaconda of Los Bestias Locos. She's like a snake. I wouldn't trust her. She's got this slippery, slimy kind of attitude, but she's a boss. She's defending the Women's Championship fight at the Upper 3 this Saturday. And I've done like a hype package for that. I don't have my phone now, but I did, it was mentioned to me by a fellow YouTuber. I wish I had his name now. I asked for help and he guided me and suggested a hype package, so I did one, so I hope you see that. And if you do, I'll comment it. I might even send it to you if I can figure that out. But yeah, Hardy by then, Dudley's partner, his brother. Air Force 2, which implies the existence of Air Force 1. These are fun names, okay? Hiro Satoshi, just kick ass. Googled some names from Japan, picked some, made that cool. Jackson Gage Harris of the motorcycle club known as the Grim Reapers. I think he's second longest Intercontinental Champion. Massive. Jack Hammer, that's Fabian's buddy. Jazz Dancer. A lot of people have told me that they crush on her. I can't explain that one, lads. Jean Le Baptiste. He was the Madman Baptiste, the European basketball player, but he was tamed in a way by Lord and Saviour, kind of. Sweet Kenny Campbell, the lead singer of the rock and roll group known as Wild Tiger, returned to CWS with his new album, which is yet to be released, but new song, Wild Tiger Return, which is not popping off to as much acclaim as the previous. The Kintsugi Kid, he was a rookie in Japan under the tutelage of Hiro Satoshi till he battered him. Hiro broke him up, like destroyed his face. He wrestled under a different name back then, and I can't mention it now for fear of copyright reasons. But when he came back, he'd been rebuilt by surgeons. I will look at him there. They rebuilt him, and look, they had to fuse his spine and his side there with definitely real solid pieces of gold, and his face as well. Definitely real. Kintsugi, the art of putting a broken thing back together with gold and making it even more unique and beautiful. I devised him there after a couple of chats with a TikTok and Twitch streamer that I know called Kintsugi Pro. Check out Kintsugi Pro on Twitch and on TikTok. He's really, really funny, and he's really good at games as well. And it actually annoys me how good he is. And he's so, like, he's going to tell you he's going to win, and then he wins. And his confidence is amazing. This is El Dorado. Her first name is Lindsay. Not Lindsay, because I don't want any copyright from Lindsay Dorado. But this is Lindsay Dorado. She's pretty cool. I like her a lot. She could be anyone. Like that might be Big Ben. Who knows? Why does it keep that? The Lady Starshine, the mother of the Starshine Kid, two-time contender, inaugural CWS Women's Champion, going to face Hanaconda at Fight at the Opera 3 for the Women's Championship. Loco Lobo Azul, the man that ended Major Attractions' reign last year, the nefarious bastard. This guy, I think they lost the tag title match, and then on the same night, cashed in the heavyweight championship opportunity he had after Major Attraction already gone through a cage fight with TKO of all people. And as we went off air in season 1, he cashed in his bloody prize, and he became only the second ever heavyweight champion, CWS. And then in his first title defense on pay-per-view, he lost it to Wrench M, I believe. But yeah, I really like Loco. I love the mask. The mask worked really well with the facial hair. I love the vest and the Howling at the Moon. I love that. I know it's a cliche, but his name means something like Crazy Blue Wolf. So, like, yeah, duh. And having that on the side of the pants and the back of the boots. He's one of my favourite character models for sure. And he's gone on to become a tag champ and stuff. Like, he's boss. Like, he's big Loco fan. Lord and Xavier, the televangelist, come pro wrestler. People reckon his knee pad might be weighted, but there's never been any proof of that. Yet when he hits that knee, there's a good chance nobody's getting back up. Leading the revelation of Jean the Baptiste and Faith and Grace Angels, of course. Lieutenant LaSalle of the Team First Response. Major Attraction. Former U.S. military. He's inaugural CWS heavyweight champion. Held the title for 223 days. I know that. But he's yet to win a contenders match or yet to challenge for the title. It's really strange, but he's yet to challenge for the title. And yet he's still one of the bigger deals because he had such a good first season. He's tagged with a few people as well, and he's had a few feuds, Cartel Diablo matches, and Rocky. He went back and forth with Rocky. Martial arts, obviously, leader of the Savage Hearts, trained in all of the different martial arts. It's lucky his parents named him that because it'd be a silly name if he didn't know Kung Fu and stuff. Matt Wrestler. This is Max Waits. You might not know Max Waits. He only debuted recently. He won the contenders match. Then he was in a tag match. He's going to compete for the World's Championship of Fight at the Opera 3. How cocky do you have to be on both your knee pads and front and back of your singlet? But Max, who wouldn't sign with CWS when we signed the rest of the Sunset Connection, he was against it, spoke out about CWS, trashed the company, and yet here he is. There's Merle Walker, that's Daryl's brother. Miss Fortune, we'll all know her from the Indies, and we know her brothers who've yet to arrive in CWS, but I reckon that's an inevitability, really. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, some ideas there for 2K25. But yeah, I could see that happening. Mo Money, Chase's husband. Let's have a look at him. Just proper gangster, Mo Money. Really like him. Moonbeam Jr. and his father, Moonbeam Originalis. There's Foxy. Shout out to Niall Fox, who allowed me to put him in the game. Same with Garen Noon, totally not Mark, allowing me to put their character models into the game. Me make their character models, obviously. These guys don't necessarily even look like the guys, do you know what I mean? I'm just a fella making stuff. I did, however, try to take a picture of Foxy from the internet and apply his face and do the face morphing thing, and I'm not good at that at all, clearly. But look, he's good sport about it all. He's had some pretty good moments, actually. A lot of fun with Foxy. And I loved writing his song. The most OTT referee that there has ever been. Like, I love that. It was sick. And given him, he's got Batista copied his entrance. So there's that. Nick Sparks, I made him on a developmental stream there recently. Or developmental. He looks fun. And he's a big difference to the model that was last year, but he'd been gone for so long, I think I got away with that. Who else do we have? Nurse Deceased. The Doctor's Associate. Ozone. Paddy Fields. He delivers all the rice himself, lads. He works in the restaurant, he makes all the food, does all the deliveries, and then he comes and wrestles at night. No wonder he's on such a losing streak. He's battered all over the place, but he's wrecked. Like, all this man does is work. Pantera Roja Dos, another guy. Love his look. He just looks like he's been around wrestling for donkey's years, and he knows who he is. And Pantera Roja Dos implies that there was an original, like Pantera Roja Prime or Pantera Roja Uno or whatever. I love adding the legacies to these names because, like, when I started with Moonbeam Jr., a buddy of mine was like, "Is there a Moonbeam Senior?" And I was like, "There is. You just haven't met him yet." And it took ages for him to turn up. I don't think he turned up to like 5 months in or something. That's fun. Like, I mean, where does Ozone come from? Does he have a father who's out there in the wrestling business? Like Parker St. James, who definitely didn't start life as St. James Park, air an episode, and then we realised that Parker St. James is a better name. But I actually emailed the lads at Cultaholic and asked could I take their logo and put it onto their merch for a character. And Adam from Cultaholic, shout out to him, he said yeah, and good luck with the channel. So I want to thank him for that, because that was cool. Like, I definitely got a few clicks along the way from having this guy in a thumbnail wearing a Cultaholic hat or jumper, you know. So yeah, go to cultaholicshop.com and buy their merch. I have 2 of their hats. I like the beanie and I like the cap. But yeah, Parker St. James, he's been a pretty big deal. He had a mad rivalry in season 1 with El Maestro, who hasn't been seen for season 2. Pete Boggs, a lot of fun. The Platinum Kid, been with us since the start, and I like watching him develop. Obviously, again, naming him the Kid implies that there's room to grow. He can change, and I like the idea of the Platinum running through him. Maybe the grey will be a theme with him. Excuse me, I am knackered. Prince Toro, big fan. Look at that logo, it's so good. I can't, it's telling me who's watching, I think, but 2 maybe? I don't know. But yeah, Toro, I love him as well. Really, really cool look. And Prince Toro implies the existence of other Royal Toros. That's a lot of fun. What else is going on here? Who do we have? Private dancer. Her sister is a private dancer named Jasmine, jazz dancer. She is an active private in the military, but she doesn't give private dances. She wants to make that clear. Ratchet Ray Rose, again another one of the Grim Reapers. Rocky Beach. Sandy, the sister of Rocky. Royal Albert Tall is the partner of Big Ben. And Sunbeam, specifically spelled that way, the son of Moonbeam Originalis, brother of Moonbeam Jr., one of the founders of the Cosmic Alliance, and then he got kicked out, and we still don't really understand what happened there. The Starshine Kid, a former partner of Sunbeam, but still with the Cosmic Alliance. Static's Electra's cousin. Sonny is Sandy's partner. Taylor Swift never debuted, and he won't likely debut in this game, and I don't know will he ever come back. It was an idea I have for a musician, like he's into metal, and he's just kind of unlucky because he was born in 1988, and his debut album was 1988. But people keep comparing him. Apparently, there's some blonde young one who writes pop music with a very similar name, and he's He's been done dirty by that. Theon Castle, obviously, Game of Thrones nod there, with the name Theon, and Tyrion, his brother. But again, that implies, like, where's the rest of the castles? And there's a lot of castles in my head. TKO, the Brazilian Stallion. I promised a friend from work who's Brazilian that I'd make an MMA fighter. And his name's Bruno, and I already had a Bruno. So I wanted to spell something with his name. I wanted to spell TKO. So we figured out Thiago Oliveira, and he couldn't give me I kept asking him, give me a K Brazilian name. And he said Kyle. And I grew up in Cork with like 9 Kyles. So I just, I'm leaving it as K, it's fine. Tiernan Og, that is incredible as a name. He is the Celtic King, the living legend. Now, is he the Celtic King? Bit of a foreshadowing or something there. Tom E. Lode, don't call him Tommy. He lost the right to that last season when he lost a match to Tommy Tork Thompson. There can only be one Tommy, the Battle of the Tommies. So he's Tom E. Lode, partner of Bobby Locke, former tag team champion. Tommy Tork Thompson of the Grim Reapers. Totally not Mark. Shout out to Marky Fitz. Actually trained a bit to be a wrestler. He's a massive YouTuber. Like, I think he's 4,000 or 5,000 subs away from 1 million. Like, here I am sitting on like 200 and thinking I'm class. This guy, and this of all the celebs, like I like his look. I think it's pretty cool. He looks like he might have travelled and lived many lives, many stories. And his lyrics to the theme music that I wrote for him as well, it's about that. It's about how he's travelled and he's journeyed far and wide and he's lived all these many lives. And that's because that's what Mark does. He looks at stories. He studies stories and presents them and critiques them and offers his own thoughts and opinions on them online. But he doesn't go through like classical medium. He goes through like modern day classic stuff. Like, he literally gets deep into manga and games and just whatever's cool, and he applies. Oh, it's really good actually. I reckon he's helping people as well, especially people who want to learn English. They might know the medium, they might know the comic or the game that he's talking about, and hearing him use the words must help them. So I'd say he has a massive following that's not from native English speaking countries. I reckon that a lot of people are using him as a gateway in, but that's speculation on my point. Shout out to Mark, he's sound. Travis the Savage Sanchez, I wanted a professional boxer, come pro wrestler, and he's been a beast, former IC champion. Tyrion Ultimo Thunder, this is Carl Briscoe Regan's favourite CWS superstar. Well, Yamamoto was up there, but he's gone now. He's the man they call Motor. And there was another fella as well, named after a particular country, and if he sees this, you know who I'm talking about. But I'm saving him for next year because he and his tag team partner are turning up in 2K25. I have a notes app on my phone filled with characters, like 150 in total, including a lot of these, including like before I launched CWS on 2K23, I was making these characters for my own entertainment on like 2019, 2017, those games, and these characters are kind of come along with me, and a lot of them have evolved and changed. And I think the Wildcat Kid Richards used to have a different name, but that kind of model. Ozone was originally a member of the Reapers, but he had Tommy Tork Thompson's model, and I changed his name, and then I took the name Ozone, and that kind of spawned the Cosmic Alliance and Wanda Curse, Killian's sister. And also you need a wand to curse somebody, and if you say it fast, a Wanda Curse. It sounds pretty cool. Wayne Manor, Bruce's brother. The Wildcat Kid Richards, the wife of Will Richards, Big Willie, and the Wildcat Kitty, the lead guitarist and the bassist of the rock and roll group. Wrench M, the leader of the Grim Reapers. This man's won more contenders matches than anyone else. Former tag champ, former world heavyweight champion. There's nothing he can't do. There's a Reaper's Rules match at Fight at the Opera, and there's a rumour that Wrench is going to be around it somehow. Xander Vachon is a pretty cool model as well. Like he's, someone said he looked a bit like Warhorse though, and that, and I was like, that's a bit scanty. He's just a metalhead. But I reckon Xander and Taylor Swift would make a heck of a team if I had another month or two. And then the man they call Motor, he's been out of the sun and living in the clubhouse with the other members of the Reapers. And the Golden Ace. I actually was calling him the Golden Ace before I realised that was a thing in Japan. And I was really proud of myself until Briscoe Regan told me, you know, and I was like, oh, I didn't actually, but thanks. Thanks for that sound. Cara de Miedo, I like him. He's a fun looking luchador. And Diablo, former world champion. One of the character models that is most likely to come back. I think, to be honest, if 2K25 rocks around, it's going to be a case of some of the luchadors and face-painted characters are going to be the first ones to make the return, because I can cover them and I can make them, and then I can... The problem is when you give someone a facial shape, next season they have to kind of look like that, or you're doing yourself a disservice. So yeah, that's the roster. And that's the arenas. Whoa, been on for what? Didn't realize it was on that long. So yeah, I am going to just call it now and go. That was a bit of crack. And if anyone's watching or has watched it all, cool, thanks. That's CWS. We have a weekly show, Toonstone TV. Every 4 episodes we do a pay-per-view. I do the commentary. Again, I don't play the matches. Nothing, I don't play any of them. The matches just get simulated and they fight in front of me, and I just call the action and I make notes and I keep the histories and stuff. And yes, I flub things. I call finishers wrong. I say people, oh, this is the first time they've ever locked up, but they actually wrestled. I just can't. I'm trying to be the historian, the statistician, the commentator, the booker. Can you be a booker? Like, I don't think I'm a booker, really. I'm a matchmaker. I don't book outcomes. Like, the matches are literally shoot. So I'm calling real time, like, oh, I kind of thought they might go the other way and I don't really have a story set up for this. So, like, that happens, and that happens often. Or I'll tease the whole time, oh, this guy wins matches by submission, and then he just wet fart on a dude and pin him. And I'm like, well, I've not been building to that, but I like it being shoot. I think this is closer to pro wrestling. No, this is... How do I say this? This is like... It's closer to MMA or boxing than it is to pro wrestling, because the outcomes are shoot. But it gives all the same theatrics and pomp and circumstance of pro wrestling. And I think this is fun. And there's not a lot of people out there doing it. Not like this, I don't think. I think a lot of my characters have fun names and fun groups, and their stories are rich. And as soon as I make someone and introduce them to you, I know where they've been and I know their motivations. Like, that's the way my brain works. I just come up with the stuff and I splurge that information out. And not to be negative, but I have looked at some other channels to do stuff like this, and some of these guys, they've few characters with everything, and it's not very distinctive. And I'm trying to make things that are a bit more distinctive. So look, anyway, I'm going to go. I hope that this gets even like one person maybe extra to watch Fight at the Opera 3 this weekend. That'd be great. if people want to watch, I'm kind of pumped for it. It's a shorter show as well, and it's got a few good matches on there. So look, go watch Fight at the Offer 3. It's a great name for an event at the very least. It's a bit shorter as a runtime for a pay per view, and it's going to be my 100th show overall, which is pretty exciting as well. Triple digits is big, like. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped for it. And then March of Champions 4 weeks directly afterwards. And March of Champions will hopefully go straight into 2K25. But that only gives me from, like, with the early access, I think I get like 7 or 8 days maybe before I have to have a Tombstone TV out. And in that, I'm going to need to get logos up to make a ring and an arena. And to have 7 matches, I'd need at least 14 wrestlers. That's a lot. It's a big ask for someone with a kid and another one on the way, and a job and a wife and commitments and stuff. So yeah, look, I'll do what I can. You might end up seeing a few fat jobbers in masks as a worst case scenario. Frank the Luchador, Harold the Bald. You might have to see these guys. They might never turn up again. Or maybe I'll do something. I've had a lot of people on TikTok and on YouTube actually in the comment section say, can I be on your show? Can I be on your channel? And I usually turn people away from that because I like to make the characters and I don't want to do anyone else's character a disservice. What if they come on and what if they've given themselves 100 stats to everything? And I go, I'm going to bring those down, and then they lose and then they get out. I don't want to really open that doorway without a plan to say, look, I will amend your stuff, and I haven't given it that thought. But maybe at the debutante brawl, maybe I'll have 1 or 2 like audience members, characters on the show. Look, if you watch this and you see this is your opportunity. Quote me from this, okay? Use the words banana hammock in a comment section down below, and I'll know that you're interested and we can talk. So yeah, thanks if you're here, and if you're not, why weren't you? What else were you doing, like? Sound? I've been BBA, you guys have been in class, stay decent. I hope to see you on Saturday.